Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Jason and Sasha escaped from Sidwell, and Alexis informs Olivia and Dante about a decision she's made. Today on General Hospital, Tracy and Cody gang up against Drew, Rick has harsh words for Anna, and Brooklyn and Chase decide to raise a family. Alexis arrives to the Quartermain estate, receives a hug from Olivia, and rushes upstairs to say goodnight to Scout. Soon, Alexis comes down to the living room and tells Olivia that Scout is fast asleep. She also encourages Olivia to thank Monica for letting the kids stay here. Olivia offers her a bed here as well, but Alexis feels she would be up all night as is, so she might as well be in her own bed. She also believes Scout and Danny should live with her. If Drew gets elected, he'll be in DC, and she doesn't think Jason is suited to parent a teenager. Olivia felt things between Jason and Danny were good. Alexis adds Sam was worried about Jason's effect on Danny, and she doesn't think she'd want Jason to raise Danny alone. The sooner they are stabilized at her home, the better it will be for them. Brooklyn finds Dante out on the terrace, attempting to clear his brain. She adds it's cold out here, but he's not experiencing anything right now. They proceed into the kitchen, and Brooklyn pushes him to speak about his feelings. Dante doesn't know how to take care of his family without Sam. She says he and the kids can stay here as long as they want, but he says it doesn't feel like a family without Sam. Chase arrives and tells Dante to let him know if he needs anything. Chase apologizes to Brooklyn for missing supper. Brooklyn takes him to create a plate. They soon return, and Chase brings up how thrilled Rocco was at the surf lodge about the engagement. Brooklyn had no idea Dante and Sam were engaged, and they embrace. Dante rushes off to check on Rocco. Brooklyn tells Chase she's sorry his homecoming has been so depressing. They talk how lucky they are and kiss. They sat down, and she invites him to tell her about his vacation. Chase says seeing Finn back to himself was fantastic, and Violet couldn't stop smiling. He said Violet also wanted him to tell her that she wants a cousin and doesn't want to wait forever. Brooklyn says there are things they can do to make it happen, and they kiss again. He suggests they should definitely take this upstairs, but Brooklyn believes they can do more than going the old-fashioned method. They can monitor her periods, take her temperature, and more. He proposes they try the old traditional manner tonight and start her method tomorrow. In the living area, Alexis asks Olivia if Dante has picked where to live with Rocco. Olivia says he hasn't, and he and Rocco loved Sam so much. Alexis said Sam enjoyed them, too. Alexis calls Sam her wild child, the one she never believed would settle down and be the anchor for a family. Olivia can't believe she's gone. Alexis shares Sam's ring with Olivia, who saw it before when Dante bought it. Olivia believes she can at least be happy knowing Dante got to propose to the woman he loved, and she said yes. Olivia doesn't mean this to come out the wrong way, but she's grateful Alexis was with Sam at the end. Alexis says she was too. Dante sees Alexis with his parents, and Olivia leaves them to chat. Alexis reveals she came to check on Scout, but she was sleeping. Dante notes grief is hard. Alexis brings up the funeral, and Dante says he'll agree with whatever she decides. He notices Sam's engagement ring in a bag on the table. She claims she brought it over for him since she didn't know if he wanted to keep it or have Sam wear it. Dante cries. It feels like he bought it ages ago, and he remembers showing it to his parents shortly after he bought it. Alexis says she wants to offer the kids as much stability as she can, and she doesn't want to add to his misery, but she thinks Danny and Scout should live with her. She is apologetic and doesn't know if he has other plans. Dante assumed they'd all live here for the time being, and Alexis agrees for now this home is good and familiar. With all the people around, it will protect them from feeling lonely. Dante claims he honestly hoped they would grow old together. Alexis screams, that's the way it was supposed to be. Dante can't envision living with Sam, and they embrace. Tracy sees Cody in the stable and claims she has a house full of hungry children with no food, so she needs to know where his irresponsible girlfriend is. Cody says if Sasha took off, he'd be the last person she'd inform. Tracy wonders what he did. Cody says he didn't mess anything up for once, and it turns out he and Sasha are first cousins. Tracy chuckles, but then wonders how? Cody explains that recently Sasha learnt Robert is her father, so Tracy asks who her mother is. Cody confesses it's Holly, and Tracy calls this distressing, but not surprising. Tracy believes, as upsetting as this is, he avoided a bullet. Tracy thinks the parent you despise tends to be the one you copy, so even if they weren't cousins, their relationship was doomed. Cody won't allow her make out Sasha to be the bad guy, as he's been conning people this whole life. Tracy insists he's not that person anymore, but he comments, "You wouldn't say that if you knew what I did the other day." She asks what he did, and Cody says Drew bribed him not to tell anyone about him, Willow and Nina. Tracy chuckles and says the whole family knows what he did and has made sure the bar incident doesn't come out. She encourages Cody to be smarter moving forward and that he should have held out for more money. Cody says he had no intention of going to the press, and he was drunk that night and lashing out. He would want to tell the world about Drew, but he doesn't want to damage Michael, Willow, or the kids. Cody thinks it disrespectful that Drew assumed he could be purchased. Tracy believes most people can, and this indicates that Drew is a real Quartermain. Cody says she almost sounds proud of Drew. She insists she's not, yet all Quartermain men share a common trait, infidelity. She believes Jason is the only one who hasn't, but he doesn't recollect being a Quartermain. And while Drew didn't grow up in the family, his roots are evident. Tracy offers to assist him learn how to invest the money he obtained from Drew, but also she wants him to keep his eyes on Drew for her. He responds, "Anything that involves bringing down Drew, count me in." In Brennan's WSB office, Holly and Robert worry about Sasha, but Robert tries to calm Holly by saying Jason and Brennan won't allow Sidwell get out of this alive. Holly wants to seek some air, but he encourages her to stay so they may console one another. Holly thinks she's nothing but a problem to him, and she should have delivered the gems to Sidwell as he demanded. Robert says they know that was a trap, and they must trust Brennan and Jason to bring Sasha back. At a warehouse, Brennan is on standby outside nearby as Jason talks with Sidwell. Sidwell claims Holly was meant to bring the gems, and plainly, Sasha was right, Holly doesn't care about her. He can't wait to see the shock on Holly's face when she discovers her daughter is dead. Sasha remains imprisoned in an office and finds a ventilation grate that she struggles to force open. In the warehouse, Jason says he has the jewels, and Sidwell asks to see them. Jason gives him one and says he gets to see the rest when he visits Sasha. Sidwell claims she's nearby but doesn't have much time, so he demands the rest of the gems. Jason will only give the diamonds when he receives confirmation that Sasha is alive. Jens shows him a video of Sasha, who is trying to break into the vent, and claims she won't be able to get that vent open in time. Jens explains there is a bomb in her room, and after he sets the timer, she has 5 minutes left to live. He then shows Jason the timer is set, and tells Jason, "Your move." Back in the workplace, Sasha hears the sound of a bomb timer and finds the bomb. Meanwhile, Jason passes over the gems, and Sidwell gives him the office number she's in. Jason saves Sasha from the room, and they dash for it, just as Brennan also is moving in. Suddenly, the bomb goes off, the warehouse explodes, and Brennan is blasted back as he's trying to approach. In Anna's office, she phones Jack and leaves a message to get back to her with any information on what he's doing to get Sasha back. She hangs up, and Rick appears saying, "Bad timing?" Anna says she's busy and it's late. Rick claims this won't take long, and he needs to talk to her about Ava's upcoming trial. He wants to know where these images of Ava and Christina originated from. They were extraordinarily coinvent in showing there and creating a case against Ava, a reason they should be thrown out. Rick says many errors were made leading up to Ava's arrest, including Dante, the victim's brother, being the first to interrogate Ava. He also says Jason showed up, as did the images, and immediately Ava is detained. Anna tells Sonny hired a photographer to stalk Ava relevant to their custody case. Rick says thus Jason was Sonny's delivery boy. Anna thinks this case is really about Rick sticking it to Sonny. Rick believes Anna looking the other way about Jason is either naivete or malice on her part. Rick believes she's gotten too close to known criminals and is willing to bend the laws for them. Anna maintains she's done nothing wrong, but Rick adds, naive it is. Anna instructs Rick to get out and then gets a call regarding the warehouse. In the WSB office, Robert and Holly receive the same call. Holly, unable to wait any longer, and goes out to find Sasha. Brennan, Jason and Sasha come to his office covered in dust. Brennan orders them to wait here and exits. Alone, Sasha questions how Jason was dragged into this. He explains Carly was with her when Sidwell seized her, and he met Holly in Africa. She asks him where the jewels are now. Jason says Holly gave them up to save her, therefore Sidwell has them. Robert and Holly are shortly brought in by Brennan, and Holly tells Sasha she's very thrilled to see her. Robert asks if Sidwell got out. Brennan says there is no indication of him, therefore it appears Sidwell got away with the gems. Sasha is sorry he got away, but Robert maintains her safety is all that matters. They embrace, and Sasha praises him for saving her. Robert and Sasha embrace GH. Anna comes at the warehouse and is filled in on what transpired from Dex and what they found. He shows her a bagged object, and Anna is pretty confident what this is about. She meets with a firefighter, who says there are no traces of anyone in the building. Anna then speaks to an officer to find out from the bomb squad what kind of device was used and who owns this warehouse. She then puts Dex in charge of searching through surveillance footage and canvassing the area for witnesses. In the WSB office, Jason gets a call and excuses himself. It's Anna, and she informs him where she is. She orders him to see her in her office in 20 minutes. Back in the office, Sasha wonders if Holly gave up the jewels or if they were phony. Holly insists they were real. She wasn't going to mislead Jens with her life on the line. Whether she believes it or not, Holly says nothing is more important to her than Sasha. By calling Jack from her office and leaving a message, Anna demanded an update on the situation regarding whether or not he was attempting to save Sasha. Rick entered the room just as she was hanging up the phone. The trial of Ava Jerome will begin very soon. I still have a responsibility to safeguard my client to the best of my ability, notwithstanding the awful events that have occurred in recent times, Rick remarked. During the time of Christina's accident, he was interested in learning more about the images that were taken. Rick stated that he had copies of the book, but he was curious about where Anna obtained hers. It was brought to Anna's attention that her statement had stated that photographs of a confrontation had been brought to her attention. Rick was impressed by her explanation, but he was still curious about the identity of the photographer. Rick felt there were reasons that the whole case should be thrown out. Upon reviewing the file, Anna verified that Dante was the first law enforcement officer to arrive at the incident. However, she was not aware that the room Christina fell from was actually Ava's. Anna said that Chase took control once she was brought in. Rick pointed out they didn't have a motive to arrest Ava until Jason was involved. This is a direct question for you. Was Jason the one who gave you with the images in question? Rick queried. Anna said a PI hired by Sunny took the images. Anna stated she didn't acquire the images from Sunny but accused Rick of exploiting the case to get to the brother he loathed. Rick added that the fact that Anna would believe Jason shows either bias toward Ava or extraordinary naivete on her side. Which is it, Commissioner? Rick asked. Rick said he thought that Anna was too close to known criminals, and as a result, she was willing to bend the laws for them. Anna's phone began to ring, and she instructed Rick to see himself out. Alexis went to the Quartermaines to see Scout, but she was already asleep. She thanked Olivia for allowing Scout and Danny stay there. Olivia added that Alexis was welcome to live there, too. Alexis told Olivia that she thought Scout and Danny should live with her. Alexis pointed out that Drew would be in Washington a lot if elected, and she didn't think Jason was prepared to parent a teenager. I don't think Sam would want Jason to raise Danny alone, Alexis added. Olivia and Alexis sat on the couch and grieved for Sam. You know what they say about how mothers aren't supposed to outlive their children? It's true, Alexis said sadly. Alexis showed Olivia the ring that Dante gave Sam. Olivia expressed how delighted Dante had been about it. I know this sounds crazy, but some part of me is happy that my son got to propose to the woman that he loved more than anything and have her say yes, Olivia cried. She was so happy, Alexis remarked before crying down. I hope this doesn't come out the wrong way, but I'm actually glad that you were there with Sam," Olivia revealed, and Alexis tearfully agreed. Dante stood outside the Quartermaines, and Brooke Lynn checked on him. She questioned whether he was cold, but he claimed he didn't know how he felt about anything. Brooke Lynn carried Dante inside and attempted to get him to eat. Dante stated he didn't know how he would take care of his family on his own without Sam. Brooke Lynn invited Dante to remain there and claimed he was a great dad. Dante just didn't feel like a family without Sam. General Hospital spoilers for Monday, November 11th, suggest that Drew Quartermaine will visit by the Quartermaine Gatehouse to see whether Willow Corinthos is okay after what transpired between them. Willow may protest to Drew popping in as it's preferable for them to keep their distance at this point. After Willow admits she thought they were on the same page, Drew may admit he finds it tough to remain away. Now that Drew and Willow have crossed the boundary, it's connected them on a whole new level that'll be tough to shake. Elsewhere, Natalia Ramirez may come to Christina Corinthos Davis' rescue. Monday's GH Peak shows Natalia outside in the dark somewhere while she makes a phone call and acknowledges she's in trouble. It appears like Natalia might stumble, discover Christina in peril, and send Sunny Corinthos an SOS. General Hospital spoilers predict that Christina will offer an emotional plea, so she might ask for Natalia's help after breaking down about Sam McCall's demise. Over with Diane Miller, she'll give Alexis Davis some sympathy along with some wisdom. "If you don't, there won't be anything left of you," Diane warns in Monday's preview video. Diane may comfort Alexis that it's absolutely natural to mourn, but she can't let that sadness consume her to the point where she loses herself totally. Alexis still has people who need her, so she has to avoid sliding so far into that sadness pit that she can't crawl out. Next, Felicia Scorpio will push Sasha Gilmore Corbin to give her mother a second chance before it's too late. Holly Sutton gave up the diamonds without hesitation to save her daughter, so Sasha will deliberate over whether they can create a true relationship. As for Mac Scorpio, he'll demand to know what Holly has pushed Robert Scorpio into. Mac will gather updates on all the Sasha kidnapping news and make a prediction about Holly causing further difficulties if Robert doesn't send her away. However, Robert will consider what's in his heart and may find he's never truly going to get over Holly. There's an unbreakable link between Holly and Robert, one that's even stronger now that he knows they share a kid. In Jack Brennan's office, Holly will work to receive what she's due, so she may push for more answers regarding the Jen Sidwell business. Holly may seek reassurance that actions are being taken to eliminate Sidwell since he's still a menace as long as he's alive. At the PCPD, Anna Devane will ask how long Jason Morgan has been lying to her. Jason hasn't told Anna the whole story about Sunny's diamond transaction with Holly, so she may force him to come clean now. Finally, Brennan will insist there's one thing he can do for someone, so we'll see what favor he's ready to pull off. General Hospital spoilers predict that Danny Morgan will continue to struggle over Sam McCall's demise, but he could get pushed into even more trouble shortly. That's because vengeful Jen Sidwell has finally hit Port Charles, which means Jason Morgan and his loved ones could be in severe danger. Sidwell and his crew have kidnapped Sasha Gilmore from the Quartermaine estate. It's evident that Sasha's association to Holly Sutton will put her life in peril. With that in mind, may Danny's ties to Jason put him in peril, too? After all, Danny is right there in the Quartermaine estate together with Sasha. It'd be easy for Sidwell's guys to swipe Danny as well, meaning they would kidnap both Holly's daughter and Jason's son as leverage. There's even a chance that Danny has already been seized off-screen as part of Sidwell's retaliation and upper hand. Jason was the last person to handle the stolen gems, so he'll undoubtedly be part of all this drama, and that could bring Danny into it as well. It'd be smart for GH to save a surprise or two that weren't mentioned in the weekly promo. Danny's abduction might add an extra twist and really spice up the intensity. Jason just lost Sam and couldn't stand the notion of losing Danny, especially so soon after his mom's funeral. The prospect of telling Scout Quartermaine her brother is gone next is simply too terrible to even think about. That's why Jason could pull out all the stops to assist rescue Danny and Sasha before it's too late. We know Jason will spell out his requirements for someone later this week based on the spoilers. Could that involve Jason arranging a transaction with Sidwell and trying to get the hostages back in exchange for the stolen diamonds? Carly Spencer will also be participating in the rescue attempt after watching Sasha become kidnapped. Since Carly has been bonding with Danny lately, maybe the writers were building the framework for Danny's part in this plot. Whatever the case, Carly will seek Jack Brennan's assistance and put her own life on the line as the danger gets worse. General Hospital spoilers claim Sidwell's explosion will apparently impact Sonny Corinthos' warehouse before the week's done, so we'll bring you more predictions on the aftermath and updates on all the worrisome news ahead. She claims they are in sorrow, and Jack was the next best thing. He appreciates her coming to him and says he'll handle things from here. He shows her the door, surprising her. She wants to be there. He declines. She reminds him that he let her watch the drone strike, but he does not want her to go any further than she already is. "You're worried about me," she says. Carly turns into Brendan. Jack informs her that Sidwell is dangerous and has killed. She may either go and pretend she never contacted WSB, or he will place her in protective custody right now. She assures him he won, but gives him a filthy look before leaving. He smirks and says that was uncalled for before closing the door and instructing security to monitor Carly until he says differently. Carly upset Brennan. Anna and Robert meet in Robert's office to decide how to approach Sidwell about taking his daughter. Anna is concerned that Holly would leave without providing the jewels to the man. Robert denies she would do it, but Anna believes she would only flee. Anna promises to bring Sasha back no matter what. Robert and Anna GH. Holly arrives at Pizzolatto's to find Sonny, but Jason says he is not available. Holly is furious and needs the jewels, but Jason explains the arrangement is that they stay there. Holly wants her gems. "Screw the deal," she says, informing him that Sidwell has her kid. Jason asks her to wait for him while he walks into another room. He returns a moment later with her baggie of diamonds, telling her he'll accompany her to hand them off. Jason works with Brennan to rescue Sasha from Jen Sidwell. Today on General Hospital, Alexis receives encouragement from Sonny, Brad consoles Lucas, and Portia wonders that letting Lucas operate on Sam was a mistake. During the recap of General Hospital spoilers for Thursday, November 7th, it was revealed that Alexis Davis had a conversation with Sonny Corinthos about the fact that she had given up Sam McCall when she was a baby and that she believed she should have never let her go. Alexis was now concerned that she was being punished for abandoning Sam, and she felt guilt for the years that she had missed out on. Alexis received a motivational speech from Sonny, who shared with her everything that Sam had learned from Alexis and recommended that she should be grateful for the time that they had spent together. When Portia Robinson was at home, she confided in Curtis Ashford about her concerns over the autopsy and the potential that Lucas Jones was the one responsible for Sam's death. Curtis discussed his trip to Alexis and described how he was unsure of what he would do in the event if Portia suddenly disappeared, just like Sam. Portia soothed Curtis by assuring him that they would not take their marriage for granted, and as a result, they allowed their desire to flourish. While this was going on, Jack Brennan decided that he did not want Carly Spencer to become any more involved in the Jen Sidwell drama than she already was, so he expelled her from his office while he dealt with the subsequent stages. Brennan also made a phone call and wanted eyes kept on Carly until he indicated differently. During the episode of General Hospital, Lucas disclosed to Brad Cooper that he might have been responsible for Sam's unfortunate end, but Brad was of the opinion that he had done everything correctly. While Brad hugged Lucas, Carly witnessed it and urged Brad to back off. Brad headed out, but Lucas wasn't troubled by his efforts to soothe him. Despite this, Carly's behavior suggested that Lucas had a large number of other people on whom he could rely, and she made a prediction regarding Brad's efforts to reintegrate himself into Lucas' life. As for Lucas' guilt over the procedure, Carly persuaded him to understand that he simply did what Sam wanted and shouldn't blame himself. Holly Sutton located Jason Morgan at Pozzolo's and asked that the diamonds be returned to her because Sidwell had taken Sasha Gilmore Corbin hostage as a result of her kidnapping. Jason handed over the diamond bag and insisted on going with Holly to help. After Anna Devane and Robert Scorpio bickered over whether Holly would do the right thing, they walked to Brennan's office. That's also where Holly went with Jason and the diamond purse. Once Holly gave Brennan the diamonds, she pressed him to get her daughter back. Brennan and the others encouraged Anna to leave since Sidwell warned against police involvement. After Anna was gone, Robert pushed Brennan to expose all the nasty details about Sidwell. Over with prisoner Sasha, Sidwell eventually appeared and delivered updates on the diamond situation. Sasha claimed that Holly abandoned her and pretended like Sidwell's scheme wouldn't earn him his stones. Instead, Sasha showed off some snarky assurance about conning Holly out of the jewels if Sidwell let her go free. Sidwell didn't buy it, so he was banking on Holly to come through or else Sasha would suffer the price. Once Sidwell contacted Holly, Sasha affirmed she was okay on speakerphone. Holly told Sasha that they were going to get her back, but Sidwell warned it would only happen if she followed his exact orders. General Hospital spoilers claim some terrible times are building for Sasha because to Sidwell's demands, so stay tuned for more details on the crisis. General Hospital spoilers for Friday, November 8th, suggest that Brooklyn Quartermain will sit down with Harrison Chase and discuss about the things we can do to make it happen. It looks like Brooklyn will be addressing strategies of becoming pregnant sooner, therefore she might suggest greater privacy would be useful. Brooklyn and Chase are set to make a significant choice together, so that could mean moving out of the Quartermain home. Meanwhile, Alexis Davis will have Danny Morgan and Scout Quartermain's living circumstances on her mind. In Friday's preview video, Alexis tells Olivia Quartermain that she thinks Scout and Danny should come live with her. Of course, Olivia may have reservations about whether Alexis can actually keep it together enough to support the kids right now. Jason Morgan and Drew Quartermain will have to weigh in soon as well, but Alexis will believe her house can give the most stability for Danny and Scout. Over with Tracy Quartermain, she'll tell Cody Bell that he's lucky he dodged a bullet. Tracy may acknowledge she never felt Sasha Gilmore Corbin was suitable for Cody, and things definitely would have been worse if the cousins had really slept together. After Tracy provides her version of a pep talk, she'll do some brainstorming with Cody. We'll see if that involves Cody's efforts to buy Serenity or perhaps a Drew takedown plot. Although Drew paid Cody hush money, Tracy may argue he deserves a downfall. As for Rick Lansing, he'll see Anna Devane and put her through a grilling session. Since Anna doesn't owe Rick any explanations, she may divert her attention back to waiting for information on the Diamond drama and Sasha's rescue efforts. GH teasers predict Jason will be summoned to the police station at some point, but he'll be busy negotiating with Sidwell in the meantime. After Jason meets with Jen Sidwell, he'll insist on seeing Sasha before he turns up the gems. Jack Brennan will lurk in the shadows and let his crew know that no one moves without hearing from him first. We'll see Brennan do his part to help Sasha out of this predicament, but Holly Sutton and Robert Scorpio will still be worried sick. Over the phone, Robert and Holly will push for word on whether their daughter is alive. There'll be some nail-biting moments, especially since it appears like Sidwell's going to set off a massive explosion. General Hospital spoilers believe it might be this week's huge cliffhanger, so we'll bring you more predictions on the impact of Sidwell's actions. Sidwell next targets Danny and Aiden? General Hospital spoilers suggest that Jen Sidwell is in Port Charles, and he has multiple axes to grind. His first visit after he got in town was the Quartermain house where he grabbed Sasha Corbin right in front of Carly Spencer. Sidwell wants the diamonds that Holly Sutton took from him, so he targeted her daughter in order to use her as leverage to obtain his priceless gems back. General Hospital spoilers Jen Sidwell has other targets as well. Anyone who met paths with Sidwell in Africa could potentially face his fury. There's really little chance he will let Sasha survive even if Holly gets him the gems. He looks just as interested in revenge. That means Dr. Isaiah Gannon, Lucky Spencer, Jason Morgan and Anna Devane could all find themselves in danger. But maybe Sidwell intends to take something much more important from them. GH spoilers, Danny Morgan and Aiden Weber may pay for the sins of their fathers. Both Jason and Lucky have adolescent boys, Danny Morgan and Aiden Weber. Perhaps much like with Sasha, Sidwell believes the greatest way to damage Jason and Danny is to go via their children. That means either Danny or Aiden, or both, may be next on Sidwell's target list. And if it's Holly who has the gems, perhaps he won't seek any form of ransom and plot to kill both boys to punish their fathers. Perhaps he won't seek any F. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.